G'day, welcome to Inside Ball. Well, we have a major sponsor who is a big part of Queensland, who is a big part of the Inside Ball. This episode is brought to you by Kratzmann Caravans.
Oh, we love vanning. Caravanning,
RV
Dobbo.
Super Centre out of Burpengary. You should go out there. For over 40 years, they have been a starting point for everybody, Kev, that wants to caravan and go on a motorhome adventure. So you talk about where you go. If you want to start, you just go to Kratzmann. You just go absolutely out there. Their Super Centre out of Burpengary is elite. You can see them.
On the highway, mate. I drive past it all the time going up to visit Caloundra.
Mate, unbelievable part of the world. You're straight out there. You're on the Bruce. It's right there. It's on your right-hand side. And you know what? When you're driving up, it's on your left-hand side. When you're coming back to Brisbane, it's right there. Don't miss their great caravan and RV end of financial year sale. So a lot of you who are listening to this, you're thinking, what do I do? Do I buy a caravan? Mate, end of financial year's coming up.
Tax time.
Write it off, however you want to do it. You can do whatever. Find yourself a good accountant. Kratzmann are the people who you need to go and see. Their biggest sale event of the year, up to $20,000 off new and used caravan. Not 5, not 10, up to $20,000 off their end of financial year sale, new and used. They're there. Just go and give them a call. Go and see them. Go out there. Tell them you listen to Inside Ball, and you're a huge chance. Kratzmann's RV Super Centre, just up the highway at Burpengary. Start your journey today. They're proud sponsors of the Inside Ball. They're the first on board. You know what they said? We love it that much. We're on board with you, Kevie. We're on board with you, Ben Dobbin. We're on board. So thank you to Kratzmann, and thank you. Go and see them. Their RV Super Centre, end of financial year sale, huge savings, new and used caravans. Why not start your off-road adventure today with Kratzmann? I can tell you now, they are the best. Don't listen to me. Listen to Kev. Go and see them. They are the best. That's where I'd be saying. Thank you for being a big part of Inside Ball. Let's get on with the show.
Let's go, Dobbo.
G'day, Inside Ball, round 11 and game 2 of the Women's State of Origin. Kev, how are you, brother?
I'm good, thanks, Dobbo. Yourself? Bit excited today because Origin on tonight. I've got the maroon colours on, ready to go. Well, the girls, they need to win, Dobbo.
They do need to win. I shouldn't be wearing this shirt, but I am because I actually forgot my Inside Ball shirt. Wardrobe malfunction. We know. Chelsea led a doozy in. She'll start.
She'll start. They need some aggression to start.
Yeah.
You know, I feel they lacked that in game 1. New South Wales forwards got on top early. They got a good pack, the New South Wales girls. Good mobility, good strength. And the Queenslanders need to stand up to that, which they can.
Well, 7:45 is the kickoff. They were 14-12 at half time. New South Wales just went on with it.
Yeah.
You would feel that there's going to be a fight back tonight. And Queensland, they need to get out to a strong start. They cannot let New South Wales dominate like they have in the past.
No, well, 2 things. The Queensland forwards have got to stand up and get their ground and take it away from New South Wales. And also the Queensland halves and the spine need to connect better and get some more value out of – they're great players. Ali Brigadshaw's is the most experienced player on the field. She will lead the way as captain, certainly. But the rest of the women need to get in behind Ali and just follow her because she's a great leader. Right, she's a good Ipswich girl. We love Ipswich people.
We do love Ipswich.
She will lead the way for the Maroons tonight. So they did it last year.
Yeah,
they did it last year. They were 1-0 down. They came back and they ended up winning the series. So we have faith. Keep the faith, Queenslanders. Go on, Ali, and your team. Go and get amongst them.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, let's get into round 11. Tomorrow night, you will see Dane Gagai play his 300th game.
That's a great
They take on the Eels. Just give us a little bit about Dane Gagai. I mean, because you coached him at Origin level. He was one of your first pick, Kev. I probably think his Origin career is better than his NRL career. Like, he's more well known for that.
Well, he's a try scorer, isn't he, at Origin level? That's what I remember most. And he waited his time patiently, around that 2014, 2015, and then he came into the side. I don't think he'll be in this team this year, the squad, unless there's injuries, right? Yeah. And what a beautiful person he would have to come into the side because he bleeds maroon.
Well, I always reckon, like Wayne used to say to him when he was at South, mate, can we put a Origin jersey underneath your South jersey because you play a bloody lot better.
There was a try that he scored in Origin. It was an intercept.
Yeah.
And at a critical time, and I was a coach, and And I thought, wow, this was go Gags, run you good thing. And he ran virtually the length of the field and scored in the corner.
Yeah, I remember it.
And it was a really big moment in that game.
You were whipping him home, I reckon.
Go you good thing. Go on, Gags, calling him home. And he got there.
Yeah.
And that was the thing with Gags. He's a good try scorer. He knows how to score tries.
Yeah.
At the elite level.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Good luck to Gags.
Who do you like in this one? They put on a clinic last week, 2 weeks ago, sorry. Then they come back and they got rolled by the Dolphins. They were poor. So what do you think on this one?
Yeah, Lomax is back for the Eels, isn't he? So that's a big in. I think the Eels probably will win, but, I'm a sticker for people that I love. And I love the Gags in his 300th, so I'm gonna stick with the Knights. Kalen Ponga there as well. Important. This round, last round into Origin, the big boys come to town, Dobbo.
Right.
Step up.
Okay.
So Ponga can be at his best. And, of course, Parramatta. Well, hang on, Kev. What are you thinking here? They've also got Moses at 7, who is...
Who are you chipping, Kev?
Look, I'm gonna go the Eels. Bugger it. Sorry, Gags.
Happy 300th, mate. Hope you get through injury free. Dogs taking on the Roosters. This game, your man for the Roosters. Go on, say his name.
Nawinga Nitawase.
Mark Nawinga Nitawase.
Yeah,
otherwise known as Marky Mark.
He's in great touch, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very good.
He's forced the Roosters to move Dom Young on. Yeah. So the Roosters in good touch, but I'm going to stick with the Dogs. I'm not going against the Dogs again this year unless they're playing against the Storm. I think the Broncos have got their measure as well. Those two clubs, other than that, I'm going to stick because their form has been as good as anyone's. They only played 40 minutes against the Raiders. They'll have to play longer this week, but I think they've got enough there. And the Roosters, they've been impressive the last couple of weeks, so this will be another cracking game, Dobbo, but I just think the Bulldogs got too much.
No Jamin Salmon for the Dogs. They've got some injuries and they've got some suspensions, but I tend to agree with you. Okay.
Lindsay Collins back for that game as well.
Yeah, that's
into Origin.
Yeah,
so
well, he's
a big in.
Yeah.
He's got to get through for the Maroons. If he gets through, he'll be in that Queensland side, which we'll get to later in the show.
Dolphins take on Warriors. I've got to be honest with you. After week 1 in Vegas, I thought Andrew Webster was going to be the first coach sacked in 2025.
Yeah, well, there hasn't been a coach sacked yet. So
he won't be. He won't be. They could win the comp. The Wars. They're second in the
they're
competition
going
later.
They
take on the Dolphins. Dolphins, look, they had a win last week. I can't see the Wars. I know you're going to back the Dolphins.
No, I'm not going to back the Dolphins this week, purely because
Roger Tuivasa-Sheck back.
And Fisher Harris. 2 big ins.
And you know what they've finally got? They've finally found a place for Tamari Martin. He's the number 14. And
he's a good player, Martin.
No, he's a bloody good player. You got him to the Broncos on a train and trial, and you always say he did amazing things for that club culture.
And again, I look at my numbers from last year on him. He's very good in the 7. So he's a bit unfortunate that Metcalf is playing the football that he is because Metcalf's going like a gangbuster.
Yeah.
But they're going for 5 wins in a row, the Warriors, which is pretty good. They've had wins over the Broncos, the Knights, the Cowboys, and the Dragons. Now, last week, they got a little bit lucky. They shouldn't have won that game, but I think they can beat the Dolphins this week.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Dolphins fans.
Cowboys, big change up there. Big change in North Queensland. They take on Manly, and the big change was Jake Clifford got dropped. They put Jackson Purdue into the 6. Dearden shifts to the 7, and Zach Labart comes into the centres. They've been trying to find a place for Zach all season because he's coming off that season-ending injury last year. He's been playing in the Queensland Cup, had a slow start because of the wet weather and everything like that. Right. Is this a blueprint for the future of the Cowboys?
It's a blueprint for the Cowboys and also Queensland, Dobbo. It's a blueprint for if Dearden, this is an audition for him. If Dearden and Purdue can get the job done, particularly Dearden at 7, he might be the Origin halfback next week.
Come on.
I'm just saying, mate.
You think there's a chance of that?
Well, again, I think DCE has earned the right to be selected for game 1, but we'll talk about the Origin team later. This is how good Dearden is, though, right? And his form in the last month has been amazing. Purdue to 6. That brings in Labart. Now, this kid's...
Yeah.
Well, from what we saw
before
very
he got
good.
Injured. Mate,
very good.
Yeah, very good.
Very good.
And Purdue, we never knew how good he was going to be. I mean, you've seen a lot of young blokes come through. Are you impressed with Purdue?
Yeah, very impressed, yeah. Particularly playing out of position.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's
He's
amazing.
a natural half as well. He's played his whole career there.
Right. Well,
So, I mean, he's only not his whole career. He's 19. He played all his junior football in the halves.
I know what you mean there, you know.
So,
the Manly.
I love that. Dearden Purdue, long-term halves combination
That's
for
a good
Origin.
combo.
And if
Well,
Dearden,
not so much Origin, but certainly the Cowboys.
Yeah, but if Dearden's good enough at 7,
Yeah. Well,
mate, it
the
could
stocks
happen.
are low for Queensland halves in the 7 jumper. Ben Hunt and DCE.
Yep.
You know, Tommy Dearden is thereabouts. So
Sure.
that's a big one, not only for the Cowboys, but also the future of Queensland that way.
I mean, we've got to be honest, and I never thought of it till now. You've got 2 7s playing against each other, so it's an audition in its own self. Because Daly Cherry Evans is playing for Manly, Dearden's playing there. Kev, it's a valid point. If Dearden skins DCE, like does that create some uncertainty for Billy, or do you think Billy's already got his mind made up?
I'm going to lock in DCE for round.
Yeah,
that's my philosophy.
game
and we'll
one.
get to that
later
when we pick our teams, certainly. But the Manly
Who wins
side,
this one?
They're under pressure, Manly. They've had 1 win in 5 weeks, right? And that was against Penrith.
Yeah.
Right? The Storm, the Sharks, they've lost the Sharks twice, the Dragons, and they beat North Queensland, right? So in round 1, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know? The Cowboys too strong at home, definitely.
I think you're
Into
right.
Origin.
I think you're right. I think the Cowboys win this one.
Yep.
Okay, this is the game of the weekend for me. Sharks taking on Melbourne Storm. It's at Shark Park.
What
Park
does Gus
after
call
dark.
that?
Shark Park after dark. We know what happens there,
7:30
mate.
on a Saturday night.
Are you whipping
The
that up?
Bermuda Triangle.
Is that where you are? Is that your game you've got?
No, I don't think it is.
You haven't
no.
got that one because, mate, you've become...
I'm coming back to Brisbane, actually, covering the Dolphins game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute because I'm there as well. So
Right.
it'll be interesting to see if you acknowledge me. Whether or not you've got what chip on your shoulder you've
mate,
got on.
I'm
But
a busy
anyway,
man, game day. Don't get in my face. Don't get in my grill. Game day, mate. I've got the game day
I
on.
will not say hello. There will be no acknowledgement of Kevin
I'll
Walters.
say hello to you, right?
Okay, good on you. Now, who wins the Sharks in Melbourne?
I'm going to go the Storm. Nico Hines is playing some good football against his former team. I think the Storm. Harry Grant's back, we believe. He's been named in jumper 22. He's got to get through this game to get into Origin, of course, or even if he didn't play this game, I'd still have Harry Grant in the hooking position. I like the Storm. They were good last week, and after a bit of a tickle up from Bellamy, a few stern words to a few of his players, I think that'll be enough. And they've been waiting for a big challenge, the Storm. This is a big challenge at Shark Park. So,
I don't share your view, and I just want to tell you why. Yep, they put on a cricket score. They put on a cricket score against the West Tigers. But the last 2 weeks prior, Canberra...
Yeah, been awful.
Been awful. And I know Nelson's back, and I get that. I just think the Shark side, we probably didn't give them the respect at the start of the year, and their form didn't warrant it. But their last month of football's been unbelievable. I think this game...
Well, it's a good test for both.
Up Cronulla. I'm telling you,
I've heard that song
Shark Park after dark is a very bad place to be.
The Bermuda Triangle, mate.
Yeah, it's not great.
No.
All right,
But
you're going to the Storm.
That.
Okay,
Yeah. Easy, mate.
Let's go to the game that everybody's talking about.
What have we got? Which one's that one?
Oh, the one you're covering. 2:00, Suncorp Stadium, 40,000 fans. I think Bluey's going to be present.
Is Bluey coming?
Bluey's coming. They've got Bluey. It is the Dragons taking on the Brisbane Broncos. The big story out of this, Broncos fans, your baby is back. Ezra, man, back in the side, wearing the 6 jersey. Kevin, how do you see this one?
Yeah, look, I like the Broncos in this one. I think Ezra, I went and watched Ezra last week. I love what he brings to a football team, the energy, the speed, the athleticism, and the skill level.
Yeah.
Like he's very good player, and rightly so. He's back in. Some people out there, some critics saying, leave him in reserve grade. Well, that's fine. That's your opinion. My opinion is he needs to be in that Broncos team.
Why do you think that there's such a polarising view on this?
Well, because of the crimes that he committed, and they were.
Yeah, but he's been punished.
He's been punished, Dobbo. That's what I'm saying. He what he did was
stupid. It was stupid. I don't think anybody disagrees. But
he's put his hand up.
10 weeks. He's done that. He's been to rehab. He's paid his fine. He's been to court. He's been humiliated. He's owned it.
Huge fine.
There's a financial. He copped $100,000, didn't he?
Yeah, but fines don't fix everything, right? Thankfully, the woman involved in the accident and the younger girl
are alive.
They're both fine.
Yeah.
They're fine now.
I think there'll be.
Or on the road to
I think there will be a personal claim as well. So the financial toll. I mean, people will shout me down, go, he should have been sacked. Well, come on. I mean, let's not get too carried away here. It was a bad thing. The club's punished him. He'll be out there. There's been a lot of negativity. How do you expect him to go? Like, he's going to get it. I think he'll be cheered. I don't think that was a reflection.
Well, it doesn't matter if they boo him. You know, that doesn't mean anything to Ezra. Ezra's got to play well. That's what he has to do. Get his mind focused on that game and bring some energy to that Broncos side.
Yeah.
You know, his relationship with Adam Reynolds is very good.
Loves him, mate. Renault's been picking him up. Renault's been picking him up and bringing him to training.
Yeah. Well,
like they're very close. They're a lot closer than people realise. And Ren loves him.
On him back, the energy that he brings to a football team, he will lift, and their energy's been low, the Broncos. He will lift the energy of every player of that team.
So you think they win?
I think they'll win. I think they'll win comfortably.
Right. 13 plus.
Well, they've been criticised heavily, and I put my boots on them in my head. If I was being attacked like that from everywhere, ex-players, media, well, there's only one way to answer that.
Win.
Yeah. Put your boots on, put your socks on, put your jersey on, and play Broncos footy.
What's Broncos footy?
Well, they don't know their identity yet, so they don't know. They don't know their identity.
Okay. Can I ask you this? There was some reports in the paper today that these middle forwards are ball hogs. Oh. Can we just address
No, we're not even going there.
Well, all right. But what's the role of a middle forward?
What do they want Paddy Carrigan to do? When he was at lock, they said he passes too much. When they put him in the middle, he gets the ball too much. Like, what do they want him to do? What do they want Payne Haas to do? Stop carrying the ball forward.
It's a valid question. I mean, I thought a middle forward.
What do they want?
Yeah.
You know what? The rest of your teammates, get up with them.
Yeah.
Those two have been the leading light, along with Adam Reynolds, in that team this year. So the rest of you boys, get up there with them. You know?
I mean, there was nobody. Payne Haas makes a break. There's not one person following him. Like he's out on his own.
And it's just little moments like that. If they can get it right, the Broncos,
it's over. Well, Ezra will push up. That's what Ezra brings.
Well, the other one they're missing is
Reece
Walsh, and he's always there in the picture.
Did you subscribe to Reece TV? I thought you were the first subscriber.
Yeah,
you were straight on. You want to be part of Reece TV.
Yeah.
I reckon you're a chance to make a cameo.
I'm going on that show, yeah.
I reckon you would be.
I'll go on as the old man, you know. I reckon, is there an old man's role there somewhere?
Well, his dad's one of the best. His old man is one of the best blokes. I've drunk 1,000 schooners with him down the Gold Coast last year. He loves it.
Yeah, he's an old carpenter.
Yeah, he's a great man.
Yeah. When I say old, he's younger than me, but he's a carpenter.
But I got told first subscription to Reece TV was Kevin Walters.
Well, I love
and
Reece
second was Ava and Narelle.
Yeah.
Anyway,
probably right.
Who wins, mate?
Oh, Broncos going to win this.
You 13 plus?
It's either going to, I think 13 plus.
I think they win. But I genuinely think they can win.
Yep.
But are we giving St George not the credit they deserve? Now,
I tell you. Probably true.
Sewer drops the ball against the West Tigers before half-time. It's a 12-point turnaround.
Yep.
They lose that one. Last week they lost in Metcalf.
They should have won. They scored more tries, kicked less goals.
Yep. A couple of weeks ago, Val misses one on the sideline. Same thing. I feel they're a better team than the competition ladder at the moment reflects.
Yep.
And I think just having a look, like Sewer is still in contention. I know you're going to talk about your Origin side in a minute.
Yeah.
Still in contention.
Oh, definitely.
I just feel that they are going to come out. Well, everybody gets up for the Broncos, but
Sunday afternoon,
they can smell blood in the water at the moment, and everybody wants to take a scalp. And the Broncos are the biggest scalp at the moment. If you can go on the road,
they're always Penrith, Storm. They're the three big scalps. You want in your cupboard, and Dobbo, the South St George team have the ability with their forwards. They like to mix it up a bit there.
Yeah.
To get in the grill of the Broncos forwards. Yeah. They're a good experienced side.
Raiders and Titans. The Raiders win this one. I did hear some mail yesterday. De Groot will drop out. Brimson goes to fullback, and Foran, even though name 14, will start.
Yeah.
There is a question mark about Campbell's ankle, but they're going to keep De Groot on the bench. And the mail is that Brimson will go back to fullback.
Right.
That changes a little bit for me, and I'll tell you why. And I'm interested in you. Brimson's form at fullback, from a try-scoring perspective, if you go and have a look at his numbers, he is elite when he's back there.
Yeah.
But Canberra, obviously, Horsburgh's obviously got Hudson Young's on the fringe for New South Wales. I just think made up. The last week they'll be smarting up. They're getting beaten after that first half.
Yeah.
Who wins that one?
Well, I'm going to go stick for the Raiders at home. They'll be hard to beat. But I do like, if that's the change, but I just do like Foran in that team, even if he comes off the bench.
No, he'll start. Right. He'll start. That's the mail I'm getting.
Okay, well, that's good news for all Titans fans. No Dave Fafita still. He's still out.
He won't be back there.
Fermor, he'll be back. He's a good player. Fermor pushing for Origin selection. You think he's in the side. I think he's in and around the side without confirming. And Tino Fa'asuamaleau's been outstanding for the Titans.
Yeah.
Little changes there, I think, will help the Titans because Foran's a tough old pro, Yep. And he's good at directions, leading the team around. If that change does happen, I think that's a positive for the Titans as well.
Okay. Rabbitohs, West Tigers, last game of the weekend. I'm Uncle Wayne.
Can they do it? Can they do it again at South Sydney? Can they?
Well, they've got players back. They're a better side. Come on, Wayne.
Well, they only got one player back. So it's not
AJ's back. I mean, Alex Johnson's back.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And the Tigers, they were disappointing against Melbourne. Wouldn't you think they would, they're a better side than 64-0, wasn't it? Or 68-0, whatever it was. 64, I think. Do you remember what it was?
Well, my ears are ringing from the words of one great Kevin Walters.
What's that? Oh, yeah, I don't think they can win it, Dobbo.
Okay, so
that was
we should go backwards. We should go back. Who wins? Who wins this one?
Oh, this is a tight one. There's some tight games this weekend. Tigers are at home out at Campbelltown. The Rabbitohs, they got a lot of confidence out of last week. I'm just going to have to tip the Tigers at home, I think.
Yeah, at home. All right, okay, that's your round 11 tips. Kevie's given them, and look, best of luck. I think the Broncos is the big interesting game, and that late Saturday night game at Shark Park. Let's talk Origin.
Yep.
By the time we are back on air, the Origin side will have been named on Monday.
Yep.
And Kev, you've coached Queensland. You've won series for Queensland as a player and as a coach.
Yep.
You know what it takes. I'm fascinated to know what your Origin game one sign looks like.
Right now, I'm an old sticker, me.
Yeah.
So I'd like to give people the opportunity, and if it's game one, so there's still 2 games. I think DCE will be the halfback. Right. I'll go through the side.
Go.
Ponga at fullback, Xavier Coates, Val Holmes, Hammer.
Yep.
In the other centre. The other winger is a tricky one.
Who you got?
It's either Cobbo or Tuolangi. I'm going to go with Murray.
Yep.
I think he's earned the right.
Yep.
He was injured at the back end of last year for the Origin series to be selected. Cobbo's been in good form for the Broncos, but I just stick with the tried and true. Right. Munster, DCE will get his crack. I'm going to go with Corey Horsburgh in the front row. I think he's passion for Origin.
I love you having him as a starter.
Is he a bit fiery? No. Origin, he can get away with certain stuff, so he just needs to get on top of his
So what, him,
emotions.
Harry Grant and Tino?
Yeah, definitely. And then in the back row, I've got Nane and Tommy Gilbert.
Yep.
I think there's a big push for Fermor as well, a lot of noise around him. I think they'll just go with the tried and true.
Yep.
Game
Nanai's form's got better and better every week. I think he's there.
Yeah, Pat Carrigan at 13, and then
He's a good pack.
Tommy Dearden. I got
Cotter,
Fodawaker, Cotter, and Lindsay Collins.
Yeah, I mean, that to me is a very good side.
Kurt Mann, 18th man. There's some news around that he could force his way into the 17, which wouldn't surprise me as well.
They nearly went with 2 backs last year.
On the bench. Well,
on
they did.
Bench.
Cobbo was on the bench.
Cobbo was on the bench. You don't think? I mean, Dearden is so versatile, so he'll play a role, and he can play in the halves. But
Munster can cover the outside
backs because you got Munster
push
there.
a winger out or fullback.
Yeah, okay, so that's why.
Cameron Munster. Look, I'm so excited to see him get picked in this Queensland team. He missed all of last year's series.
We just want him to get through injury free.
He'll be right, mate.
We want him to get through.
He'll be right.
That side to me is probably as good a side, and I mean that a lot of people. I love Horsburgh, Tino, and Harry. I think Tom Gilbert's worked his way back in there. He's shot, and Nanai. And I think Carrigan, and I think that pack's good. And I think Mo has done a phenomenal job. Ruben Cotter and Lindsay Collins. That's your three strong benches, big benches that are aggressive.
Lindsay Collins is playing on the first game back for about five weeks with a knee injury. So he's a vital member of this side. He needs to play well for the Roosters and get himself back because he's punch off he could start or he could come off the interchange, and he just loves Origin football, doesn't he?
Yeah, he was awesome, mate. He's been unbelievable. Very good side. I am interested. The the Murray Tuolungi, Selwyn Cobber. That's probably the only question mark.
And a few around those forwards. Some could be starting and some off the bench, but that's the big one. I think Billy will go with the Cowboys fella, because he was there last year. I think he played for Australia last year at the end.
Murray Tuolungi, he's played for. Yeah, he's been very good.
He did, and his form this year has been really good. I think he's one of the elite players of our game as far as just continually playing well at a high level, even for the Cowboys.
All right. Well, now Kratzmann's Caravans, player on the move. Who is on the move?
Lindsay Collins is on the move, mate.
Lindsay Collins, that's your man. All for Kratzmann's Caravans. You think
he's on the move? He's going to finish that game for the Roosters. He's going to get in the Kratzmann Caravan and come up the coast
straight up. Inland Road or Pacific Highway?
No, he loves the coast road, mate.
Take the inland. Go through Tamworth, through the country music capital. I'd go the inland.
Kratzmann van out there and show
pull it up over the range at Armidale, go across to Gyra, come into Stanthorpe, and then down there.
He's a Brisbane boy,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, take the inland road. Don't go the Pacific Highway.
He's the man on the move.
Right, he's the man on the move. All right. Now, Kev's tips, they've been not that fruitful.
Well, 2 out of 4 last week, which is...
That's not fruitful.
No,
that's not fruitful. It's not bearing any fruit. But this week, Kev is going to... The tree is blossoming full of grapes.
Righto.
They're going to be ripe and ready to go.
Get your pen and paper ready.
Okay.
Leave me doing, Dobbo.
You've got Ezra Mann back in the side.
Yes.
Now wait for it to score a try.
He'll score a try. I was at Davies Park last week.
Yeah.
Picked up a try in the first half. He'll get another try.
In the Broncos colours. Watch him get around. Okay, so that's
the Broncos to win 13 plus.
Okay.
Throw that in as well.
Right, okay, so Broncos 13 plus. You've just added that in.
Yeah.
Plus
Ezra Mann
to score a try. Now, wind back a little bit. The night before, Shark Park After the Dark, this try-scoring Queensland Papua New Guinea freak, Xavier Coates, you've got him down to score a try.
I think he will. I just think there's a lot of points in the Storm, as we saw last week.
Yeah. And he loves to score them.
He loves scoring points. And on debut, when he was on debut for the Broncos, he scored a try on debut at Shark Park. And so, I know it can be a bit eerie playing there, 7:30 at night, but not for Xavier Coates. He's a try scorer.
Okay, so let's get through this. Saturday night, Xavier Coates scores a try for Melbourne. I'm not going to tell you whether they win or lose. We think Melbourne will win that, but that's not the bet. Just Xavier Coates first to score anytime try scorer. Then go to Sunday. Bluey will be present. St George taking on the Bronx. Ezra back with the 6 jersey. He scores a try. And Kevie said Broncos 13 plus. $7 you'll get for that. Now listen.
That's a bit easier, that one.
Well, that's a bit easier. And you know what? I don't mind that, because you know what? If you put a few shillings on, gamble responsibly, you might be able to afford a succulent Chinese meal on Sunday night for your missus. Off the back of that, you have a few frothies at the footy, 4 o'clock.
Get ready for Origin selection,
and then Origins the next week. Now listen, name your side. We're going to put it up for you again probably today. In fact, we are going to do it today. You need to name your Origin team, 1 to 17. Kevie's just named his. Now, if you get it exactly right, as not Kevie, but the selectors, Uncle Billy, you saw him with no shirt on fencing this week. He put up on social media. Billy, he's getting amped up. He got the shirt off and he was fencing with no shirt on. Mate, cut like a checkerboard. He's unbelievable. My wife would put a smoke. She said it to me with a flame. I'm like, get away. Yeah. We don't need to see. You think Billy Slater's hot? Exactly what they'll put an Harriet shirt on, for God's sake. Now listen. If you get it as right as what the selectors and Billy said, you go on the chance to win 2 tickets to Game 1 here on the 28th. And that's as simple as I can tell you. The game is happening. We'll have 2 tickets for you, and the link will be there. You just got to go to InsideBall.podcast. Round 11 preview done.
I'm not allowed to enter in that.
No, you're not. You'd be getting an earn there somehow. Don't act like you'd be having something. You'd be on the Kevie cabbage. Kev, where are you this week with Fox, mate?
Well, I'm actually got a bit of road tripping to do. I've got to go to Sydney first, then come back for the Dolphins-Warriors game at Suncorp.
Yeah.
And then back to Sydney on Sunday to panel. So busy weekend.
Busy weekend. I've got the Warriors. I've got the Dolphins game, and then Sin bin. We're doing Triple M Sunday sin bin. We're doing it from into the Broncos, and then I'm calling the South Sydney West Tigers last game of the round. So big weekend, and then obviously with Origin on Monday we'll give you a lot. It's going to be Origin heavy next week.
Are we doing a special Origin show?
Or what, do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Well, just a little. We'll add a little bit more.
Yeah,
into
we'll give you a little bit
preview
because I can tell you some Origin stories about Kev when he was coach. We might even talk about the day Moses Mbai died in the lift.
He didn't die. He survived.
Well, he survived, but we got him back. Bloody orange juice. Be careful of that. Hey, listen, that's it from us here at Inside Ball. We'll see you. Have a great round 11. Go Queensland tonight. You need to type the series, so go girls. Love you, Kev. Appreciate you. And we'll see you again on Monday with the wrap-up.